Well, Ares 1X was conceived when they were looking at things we could do to show demonstrable steps that we were accomplishing things within the Constellation program. At one time, there were no flight tests of any rockets to be done. And when they looked at that and they said, well, there's an awful long gap between the time we're ramping down shuttle and the time we actually see something happening. And it's just not a good idea to go that long. It actually inspires people to see that sort of thing. Plus, it'll give you a lot of good data. That was one of the prime drivers as well, was just go get a bunch of good data about a really radical design in a rocket. To have something that thin and that tall had never been done before. So let's go get some data, engineering data. Also, we'll get some good visibility about how this thing is going to go. And when you add all that up, they decide, well, let's go try it.
Doing flight tests are probably the best way to understand a system and the best way to train engineers, as even future developers, designers, how to go do things. You cannot learn just from a set of trade studies and so on. You have to get in there and actually, if you will, get your hands dirty and so on. Stack something, watch the difficulties as things come together, shimming things. You don't think about this many times, how wires fit within a system, going through an electrical checkout, and so on. All of those things develop an engineering team and enable you to do far greater things. So the first thing I would say is the flight test itself, even beyond the fact that you learn so much about the vehicle, which was the reason why we really did it, just training the team and training the personnel was incredibly beneficial, as beneficial in my mind as actually how well the vehicle flew.